What is up, everybody? Here with another really big movie haul video for you today. This video is similar to the one I posted previously. This is the same collector selling off his movies. Last time he offered them to me for $1. He was getting closer to moving away and was having trouble selling some of his movies, I guess. There were some that I was on the fence about, which I'd split this video into two, that I wasn't willing to pay $1 for. So he asked me to come back and take another look. This time he offered them to me for 30 cents a piece. So I was extremely happy, and I went crazy and just grabbed anything that looked somewhat interesting. But like, I found Kick-Ass 2 in his collection, so I had to pick that up. I did love the first one. Was surprised I didn't see this the first time, but I did see it the second time, so I snagged it up right away. Then I found Premium Rush with Joseph Gordon-Levitt. Again, I was surprised I didn't see this one the first pass through. I would have grabbed this for $1. But this looks like a really good movie, and I do love Joseph Gordon-Levitt. Looks like kind of one of those old school action movies kind of thing. Then I got Reindeer Games with Ben Affleck. I know a lot of people hate on this movie. I remember watching this way back when it first came out and actually liking it, but of course I was a kid then, so maybe watching it now I won't like it as much. But I do not own this movie, but now I do. Then I got Aftermath with Arnold Schwarzenegger. Trying to collect all the Arnold Schwarzenegger movies, and this was one I didn't own, and it's a more current one. And it seems like it's more of a dramatic movie than it is an action movie. So this will be different. Kind of looking forward to checking this one out. Then I've got Power Rangers. Not a huge Power Rangers fan, but I figured for super cheap, why not check it out and see if it's any good. Comments down below if you've ever seen this movie before. Then I got The Day After. I love movies like this, like Red Dawn, Day After, things like that. You know, what is it? Oh God, it's the Xavier Gens movie I just watched a little bit ago. Well, the name escapes me, but anyway, like these kind of nuclear holocaust type of movies. Saw this on YouTube, believe it or not, and enjoyed it. So when I saw it, I had to grab it, because I'm sure this is not a movie you would come across very often. But very happy to have it in the collection. Oh. Then I got the first Sniper movie with Tom Berenger. Big fan of old school action, and this seems like it's kind of right down that line. And like I said, for cheap, I was grabbing anything that looked somewhat interesting. Then I got Sniper 2 with Tom Berenger. You know, let me know if any of these are good, by the way. And I got Sniper 3 with Tom Berenger. You know, I find it interesting he's willing to do 3 sequels to this movie, but he wasn't willing to make a sequel to The Substitute. So that's interesting. Must have been money. Then I picked up The Son of No One with Channing Tatum. Al Pacino's in this movie. I've seen the trailer of this movie and it looked okay. And this cast is phenomenal though, but for cheap, I was picking this up. Then I've got the reboot of Charlie's Angels. Heard this wasn't that great, but for cheap, I'm gonna watch it. Oh boy, it's hard to read that. Then I got Black Dog with Patrick Swayze. Never even seen the trailer to this movie, but I just saw Patrick Swayze and snatched it up. So comments down below if this is a good movie or not. This one intrigued me, and that was the remake of Point Break. I heard it was really awful, but I wanted to check it out, and for cheap, this was my best chance to do so. Heard this is more of like an extreme sports movie than it is an actual story. Then I got a Final Destination 5, which I did not own. So I was very happy to have found this. This will help expand my horror collection as well. So I was ecstatic to find this one, as I love this series. Then I got Robin Hood. Heard this was not good, but for really cheap, I was going to check it out. Like I said, you know, anything interesting with, you know, actors or storylines that seem interesting. I also got Pixels with Adam Sandler. Looked like a fun family movie. And then I picked up some movies that one of my friends was saying is a classic that he was shocked and dismayed that I've never seen before. So I got Jaws: The Revenge. Never seen this movie. I also got the original Jaws. Jaws 2. I'm hoping these are as good as he's saying they are, because now that I have them, not that I paid a lot for them, but still, principle alone. And then I got Jaws 3. So now I'll get around to finally watching these for the first time, so see what all the hype is about. Then I got one that I know is horrible, but for dirt cheap and to complete the collection, I got Speed 2 Cruise Control. I would have never paid more than $1 for this movie, so to find it for under $1, I'll grab it. But yeah, this one was bad. Bad, bad, bad. Then we got one that I found interesting that, I love sci-fi movies, and that's Collision Earth. This is a straight to DVD release, so the budget's probably going to be horrible for this. So I'll probably hate it. But still, I wanted to check it out. It seemed like a real interesting premise. If they ever made a movie like this, maybe that had a budget behind it, would be very, very interesting. Then I got Airport. Classic disaster movie. I have seen this movie. Never considered buying it until I saw it for cheap here, so I snagged it up. Do like a good disaster movie. Then I got Mad Max with Mel Gibson. I own the first two, so now to find the first one, which I've never seen before, for really cheap. Wasn't a fan of the other two, hoping this one's better. At least I didn't waste a lot of money on it. Then I got Cruel Intentions 3. I liked the first one. Don't really know what to expect from this one. And the second one I heard is really hard to find, so I don't have that one, I don't believe. Then I got Seeking Justice with Nicolas Cage. Trying to get all the Nicolas Cage movies, so just snagged this one up. Then got another Nicolas Cage movie with Dying of the Light. This guy must have been a Nicolas Cage fan as well. Then I got the rebooted Nightmare on Elm Street. Looking forward to checking this one out. I found the older Freddy Krueger movies, so now I got the reboot one to also watch. Then some more cheap disaster movies, and that's Day of Destruction Category 6. This was a straight-to-DVD release. Randy Quaid's in it. I'm not usually a huge fan of his, but I do like disaster movies. So even if it's bad, I'll still watch it. Whatever. And then I also got the sequel to it, Category 7, The End of the World. Randy Quaid must have been living through a lot of disasters here. But that does it for this movie haul. If you like content like this, please like and subscribe. Your support is much appreciated. I am also over on Letterboxd. The link to that is in the profile description of this channel. Otherwise, until next time, guys.